What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Boy, today's been a busy day in the office. But with that being said, though, we are back again with another 90 Day Fiance UK video. And this one's all about Kadie. But before we get into it, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, every single person that is a member of Patreon, where you can find all of our reactions to 90 Day Fiance UK every Sunday. But also at the same time, let's give a shout out to every single person that is a subscriber as we continue to grow on our road to 40k. But with that being said though, let's get into exactly what has gone down with Kadie. So Kadie has come out to make this massive post on her Instagram where she's talking, well, basically about everything that is going on. But before we read the caption itself in particular, let's read exactly what it says in the image next to it. And as you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, she starts off by saying, I'm going to have my say now because quite frankly, I'm fed up of being accused of being rude about saying I love Alejandro's mom's tan. I mean, let's just continue. I would admit that complexion would have been a better word. However, nobody was offended at all because it was said instantly. Even every Mexican I met over there always mentioned that they love how pale I am and how white I am. Alejandro's mom was very sweet. It was very sweetly kept stroking my arm, saying Luna, which means moon. Should I have been offended? Absolutely not, because it was not meant instantly and sweetly. So please respectfully leave us alone. Now let's just proceed to the caption itself in particular. In the caption, she continues by saying, I know I never need to explain myself, but it's crazy how something so innocent is being turned into something horrible. 95% of you are being so kind, lovely, and I feel like I've gained so many new friends. I can't thank you all enough, and I'll be responding to everybody when I have time. Stop trying to make me into a mean girl. It's absolutely not somebody I am. Now, here's the thing. For me, myself in particular, being someone from the UK, I can promise you now that, and this isn't because, it's not because I'm from the UK, I'm saying this or defending it, because I'm not defending it, I'm just saying it as it is. I can tell you this now, in the UK, the more north you live, or the more south you live, education on what you can and cannot say isn't great, to be honest with you. I remember when I went down to the south, I went all the way down to Somerset. People from the UK will know exactly what I'm talking about. Devon, Exeter, you know them ones there. And I remember I'll go in there and they were like, oh, he's a colored fella. I was like, yeah, we don't be using the word colored anymore, okay? I mean, this was a couple of years back. But it's because, you see, the education in London or the development in London isn't necessarily the same as it was down there. Now, I can tell you from someone that now lives up in the north, I mean, I believe she's in Huddersfield, which isn't, I think it's about maybe an hour and a half away from me, maybe two, I'm not too sure. But again, that's a north area. And to be honest with you, sometimes when people say certain things, they don't say them because they're actually being malicious. They're saying it because one is lack of education, or most likely they live in an area where there isn't very many black people. In fact, there isn't really many people of color or culture or anything, because there's still a lot of parts in the UK, and I can imagine also in the States, where it's predominantly white orientated and there isn't really anyone else there, you know what I'm saying? They may have the odd Asian person who runs the corner shop in the UK, or I promise you now, any off-license shop that you're gonna go to is an Asian person. Any fish and chip shop, kebab shop is gonna be a Turkish or Asian person, without a shadow of a doubt, no matter where you are. But in terms of actually, you know, but then those people are people who are, when they talk, they actually talk as if they're actually from the UK, not like as if they come from an origin of X, Y, Z. So the point that I'm trying to make here is that should people be giving her a hard time for using the word tan rather than complexion? I would say giving her a hard time is the wrong way, but should people be educating and saying to her, hey, hold on a minute. Just so you know, using the word tan isn't something that you can say. It's complexion. If you use the word tan, you're going to offend a lot of people. So be careful with the word you're using. And that is the best response that you could really give someone, you know what I mean? And to be fair, regardless of whether that person is actually racist or not, or that person is trying to be malicious or not, educate them, and then their response to your education will tell you everything. At the end of the day, if you attack someone and you don't give them the benefit of the doubt, then how do you know if this person was generally trying to be mean? At the end of the day, I'm pretty sure she's someone that if you educated her and said, hey, by the way, it's complexion, not tan, she'd have been like, oh, my bad. And to be fair, she's got a fair point. People love to use the word pale all the time. But you don't see many pale people sitting there and having a hissy fit about it. You know what I mean? I remember Sheamus, WWE. They had a whole freaking segment when they kept rinsing him about how white his skin was, calling him milkman and all sorts. There ain't nobody saying nothing about that, right? So to be fair, we have to understand that sometimes in life, people will say certain things, but it doesn't mean they're actually saying it in a harsh way. It just means that they haven't been educated on how to say it. There are still certain places in the world right now where people would use the word color rather than mixed race. People will use the word color rather than black. People will use the word half caste rather than mixed race. Because of course, certain parts of certain locations within certain countries, some people live in their shell and they're not really exposed to X, Y, Z. So that's why we educate them. And if they can take the education, then we know that they're genuine people. If they refuse the education, they push it back. Then we know goddamn that mofo is definitely racist or X, Y, Z. If you dig what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, hopefully this is now a learning curve for Kadie. And I do see why she's decided to come out and obviously speak on it, because obviously she doesn't want anyone to think that she is a racist or anything like that. And to be honest with you, if she had anything against Alejandro's mother or Alejandro or Mexican people, I don't think she would have been dating a Mexican. I know obviously there's people out there who have fixations, people out there who have fetishes, don't get me wrong, but this ain't one of those situations. But nonetheless though, let me know what you're thinking down below in the comment section and we'll talk about it, because maybe you've identified something that I haven't and you think that, you know what, Kadie, you was being malicious, you're not even innocent, stop trying to act like you're a good girl, but really and truly, we all know you're this and that. So if you got a different perspective, let me know in the comment section and we'll most certainly talk about it. And we'll leave it as that. But nonetheless though, thank you so much for your time. Like, subscribe, and peace.